HP, we're pretty excited about the HP OMEN, and the reason being is the gaming market is growing quite significantly. It's expected here that over 1.2 billion gamers will be active by the end of the year. When we look into that and do a little bit more of a deep dive of where is that coming from, you notice that there's four sort of screen segments that a company called Newzoo has done in a research study. So 40% of them is in the computer screen. Now that's going to actually stay pretty flat, but with the market growing, that's still a massive number and by far the largest area. The next one that you notice on there is the entertainment screen, and that seems obviously like a console market. Again, quite a strong size market. The floating screen, the way that's been classified is things like a Nintendo DS or the handheld sort of market. Now, whilst that's actually had massive decline, things like tablets obviously have picked up a lot of that, so that's again still quite a big market. And personal screens is things like mobile phones. So even if there's some people playing a lot of games on their phone, it's still going to be classified in this study. But all in all, it's certainly a growing market and one that HP is tend to be a big part of. So one of the first questions you might have, why OMEN? And this is actually a bit of a nod, a bit of a historical link to Voodoo, the branding, gaming brand obviously Voodoo, and this was one of their key brand names that also was synonymous with prestige and great quality products. So we're also using the HP OMEN as our core name in this segment. So what we did actually to create this product and design this product was we actually got a whole lot of gaming experts, or hardcore gamers, plus ergonomic experts, and we asked them to come in and help consult to make this product and give us a real feedback of what would they want in a gaming rig. And the result was this unit here. Now, what's quite amazing about this is, and you'll notice hopefully on here, the contours of the actual unit. So it's actually a 14-inch base, but with a 15.6-inch screen. So it's got that sleek design, but maximises still the screen size, which I obviously want, and also the performance of there. Within the unit as well, we have a 15.6-inch full HD screen. Now, we know that there's QHD screens out there, but we're also aware that within a notebook with mobile graphics cards, and most of what they do, it'll actually go back to a full HD. So, to maximise the refresh rate and also give the best quality IPS full HD screen that we could get into this unit, we decided to go that way. Powering it though is a GTX 860M NVIDIA graphics card. Now, with the models that we're launching in Australia, there will be two varieties of the graphics card just as far as the memory. So there'll be a 2 gig variety, which will be in the lower price point models, and a 4 gig variety in the high-end models in the HP OMEN. All of them will support the Intel i7 4710HQ processor, so they'll all be having that unit in it, that processor. And for storage, obviously, you need high-speed storage. We'll have a minimum of obviously 128 gig SSD, but we'll also have high-performance 256 and 512 gig SSD hard drives in the units. I'll also just bring your attention to, on the back here, hopefully you can sort of see it, it's actually got 2 exhaust systems. So what happens is the air will flow through the front and obviously be channeled out both sides. So when we were designing the unit, heat is obviously an important thing to work out what you're going to do to maximise the performance on these machines. So CPU on one side, obviously high performance CPU, and equally a high performance graphics card on the other, and hence the dual exhaust air system to also keep it cool. The other thing you'll notice is that the ports in the back are all on the back, so from a channel a cable management point of view, they've all been placed on the back to keep it all neat. just flip it over. So we don't normally show the underside of a notebook, not normally that exciting. But even on the underside, with the way that we've done this texture is it's actually a bit of a grip whilst also creating airflow, and that's also designed so if you are carrying the unit, it actually feels really solid in your hand. And so even down to that level, we went through that research. So that's sort of like the outside of the unit there. On the inside, you notice we've got obviously the keyboard, but we've actually created 5 programmable buttons here, and that's fully customizable. So, you know, most people have a couple of favourite games, and when they go into that game, they'll want to automatically be able to sort of have like a macro programmable button just to execute whatever commands rather than having to type them all in. And again, it may be the edge that they need in that game that they're playing. Right, that, hopefully you see the colours lighting up on the keyboard. So what we've done here, again, if you're playing on the unit, you can program the keys here to be pretty much any colour like in RGB. So it's not just 8 different colours. There's literally probably over 1,000 type colours that you can program that to come out to be. The WASD key, obviously used in quite a lot of games, that's also been isolated and allow you to colour that so you can easily identify that when you're playing in your peripheral vision. The left, the middle and the right are also programmable in colour. So I think the ones that we've set up at the back, you'll actually see that they're probably all different colours and you can get a feel for that. There's a control, HP OMEN control, and that's the software that will actually allow you to control all those settings. On the bottom here we have basically a large trackpad, and it's been optimised obviously to allow for large movement in there if you for some reason you didn't have a mouse, or you're just using it as maybe even as a professional product. The beauty of this product, being 15.6-inch screen, high power, is can be work and play, which is great. And as I mentioned, all the ports on the back. On the side of the unit here, you'll also hopefully see the speaker grills, which runs right from the bottom up to the top. So quite large sort of speaker area. But what's very cool about this is, again, this machine is very much about performance and design. And so from an optical point of view, if you're playing a game with the unit, or even just music, these speaker grills will actually intensify the amount of sound that's going on. So if imagine if you're playing a game and there's a lot of gunfire, that sound would go up. The main use of that is, imagine if you've got headphones, a lot of gamers will play with headphones, and they'll also, therefore the optics, they'll pick up that there's a lot of action going on, and also let them, maybe that they've been just come under fire, and yet they may not be seeing that on the screen yet. So the speakers have also been put into that unit. Whole list of different things obviously on this machine. It doesn't stop at just those things that I've been through, so whether it be the full HD True Vision webcam, or the dual array microphone, things like that, where it just completes that experience within the actual unit. HP is also going to be launching with this unit two main accessories. The first will be the HP OMEN mouse, the X9000. Pretty amazing mouse, up to 8200 DPI resolution when obviously in use, and that's actually programmable. We can scale that, and it links in with the HP control software. So it's quite an amazing mouse, and that $69.95 RRP blows the mark away from what our research tells us. And to complete the story, we'll also be having an OMEN backpack. This unit, a lot of people want to take it probably to a mate's place or around with them, and so we complete the story with a backpack. So to complete this, before, it's probably better to just get your hands on. You can ask us more questions, or we can also take some questions here just to go through it. So the HP OMEN, it's going to be starting at $21.99 and go up to $2,999. And within that, there'll be the different configurations. As far as the launch time, we'll be seeing that arrive around mid-November, so in a couple of weeks you'll be able to walk into our two key launch partners to launch this product, the JB Hi-Fi and Harvey Norman. And they will have this product on display in all their stores. The mouse and the backpack are around the same sort of time that we'll be having those, they'll be available. So obviously the i7 processor, the GTX graphics, but not only that, the look and the feel of this machine, we're really excited about the HP OMEN and the gaming market and what it can be. So that was it from me, just as far as a summary of the product, and I'm sure if you have any questions, I'm happy to take those and answer anything else that maybe you might be thinking.
What's the battery life?
It's rated at just under 5 hours in Mobile Mark 2012. So obviously depending on the environment, it could go up or down from there. But yeah, in Mobile Mark 2012, it's 4.45 hours is the measurement that we've made.
Would you characterise it as a bad omen for Alienware?
Look, we're just very excited, obviously, the size of this market, and HP is very much a recognised brand in Australia, and so it just helps complete our last thing. So
I suppose it's a good omen for HP.
Yes, I'm sure it is a very good omen for HP.
Will this one be available through the channel and online on HP website also?
Yeah, sure.
As good retailer?
No. So there's going to be 5 different models. So just to run you through some of the things that will vary in the machine. So the processor is the same in all of them, but the RAM can either be 8GB or 16GB RAM. And also, as I said, the hard drive can be 128, 256 or 512. And then the last thing that you would see change on the machine is, whilst they've all got the NVIDIA GTX 860 graphics card, the lower end will have the 2GB version, the higher end will have the 4GB. So it's open to the channel, pretty much there is access, but there are some models that are heavily focused. For example, the high end, the 2999 model, will be keyly launched through Hub and JB to start with, and that's also mainly due to stock constraints. It's been a heavily anticipated unit and expected to do very well.
Going to do any gaming promotions in Harvey Norman and JB or Harvey Norman, stands or get gamers out or something?
Yeah,
what
for
are
sure.
you going to do around that?
We recently attended the PAX event and had a great turnout there, and was very excited to be able to show it off there. We also have partnered obviously with NVIDIA, and there'll be 3 games that are able to be downloaded free of charge with the unit on purchase, and then I'm sure there'll be other marketing things that will come through.
Can you say what they are? Or those 3 games?
I can get that list to you. I'm really sorry, I don't know them off the top of my head. I think what they were.
Is this a family, or is this going to be, say, a Halo laptop?
At this stage, this is the product we're launching with. I'm not across exactly what this may come into. We do have our Phoenix range of desktops as well, so there is a little bit going in there from a gaming stance, and then we'll see where this takes us. But based on the feedback of here, I'm hoping that it could be something good for us. Okay. So just to remind you, so Paul is down the back here, just so you can remember his name. He's our national product trainer, and he's definitely be able to help take you through the product. The other thing that will be going on, obviously we've got some food over here. We've also got Dave, who's going to be at the other end, so there's sort of like 2 zones, and he'll be doing some caricatures of you. But the other benefit of getting that done is there's actually a little pack that you'll get, which has got a USB with a lot of this information on it, just so you can double check and refer to. So that's how you get just that information there.